Hello and welcome to the very first Zombies podcast. Never seen before. It's just me, Anal Warts Live, whatever the hell you want to call me, and the Nigerian faggot.
Yo, what up?
I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. I'm on the verge of suicide. The verge. Like now. Fuck you, I'm done with life. That wasn't loud. That wasn't loud at all.
That's a terrible storm out.
Fortnite's gay. We'll start there. Now, tell me.
Agreed.
Do you want...
Agreed.
Zombies is in an odd state right now. Am I right? Okay, what you want me to call you, Luke or the Dab or just faggot? Because I'm down for any of those, but I mean I can edit out the Luke part. I don't give a shit. Not that I have 10 subscribers. It's okay.
Here, this.
If you put the N word, I'm gonna shit myself.
This is what I want you to call me.
I'm leaving. Anyway, before being interrupted very many times, Zombies is in an odd state. And Flex Gang for Life, you said... it's hard to... it's hard to get in a conversation with a name so odd, but I'll accept. It's all right for now. It's all right. I'll get over it. But damn, this pudding's good. First of all, the newest news that we've gotten today, 5/18/2019, Black Ops 5 is the potential 2020 Call of Duty. What would you personally like to see from Treyarch as zombies? I mean, obviously Black Ops 4 is not over, and give me an honest, feeling on how do you feel about that? How do you feel about a potential Black Ops 5 zombies, and where do you see it going? With what we have from Black Ops 4.
I just honestly hope that. First of all, I'm shocked, and I'm really hurt, and I hope there's a lot of this in the game.
Ugh. I got dip spit everywhere. I asked for an honest question, and you want Fortnite in Call of Duty. We already
Bring back Fortnite. Bring back Fortnite. Bring back Fortnite.
Just eat the pudding. No, really. Honest question. Honest answer.
I don't know why they're making another one when this one's kind of garbage, and they still don't have the stuff they've. It's not garbage, but it's not what they said it was going to be.
What did they say it was going to be though? Because I have mixed feelings about it. I'll go into it later. But
they did say that it like they liked Black Ops 3 and the popularity of it, and they wanted Black Ops 4 to be the game that people will be playing for like the next 20 years. Like as far as relativity. But I feel like this one flopped at launch, and then they didn't promise, like factions still aren't in the game. They haven't given us things promised.
For us nerd plebs that don't know what that means, what are factions?
Factions are they're like a zombies type thing. It's like kind of hard to explain.
Okay,
especially
when don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. And now I know I've talked to you about this before.
Idea.
Shut the hell up.
It's like it's
one
like
second. I'll look it up later and I'll put it.
It's kind of like a community thing. It's like I believe Jason Blundell said it was gonna be like a I don't know. It was gonna be like some community type thing. I don't remember the game that did it, but like there were like there's like daily rewards things you can get. Not as far as daily rewards go, but like okay, let's skip this topic. Why are leaderboards not in the game?
That's what I was about to say. Because I know that I've talked to you about them before.
Problem is we don't have too much info about factions. That's why I'm kind of
okay. Yeah, gotcha. Anyway, leaderboards.
They just said it was.
Why
supposed
are
to be
leaderboards?
Great.
I see. I can. It still doesn't make sense to me why it's not in multiplayer.
Why.
But I see where he's coming from with the multiplayer side of leaderboards. But what I don't understand is why Black Ops 4 doesn't have zombies leaderboards. Because that's what zombies is. Literally the only way to do anything in zombies to place is to play your heart out and just live on the game, really. Because to get to round 150 for the classified Easter egg, that takes hours. And that's hours of sitting. And not until recently have you been able to do that, though, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think about it, his statement isn't going anywhere as to why... I don't know if he's actually made a statement on why it's not in zombies, but he said, I've watched an interview...
No, it's been promised to us. Back in, what month is it now? January... What month did this game come out? October?
October, yeah. It's been out for over 6 months now.
I know... October, January, February. It was back in 2018. At the start of 2018, they promised that the next week it would be in. Then people complained because it wasn't, and a couple weeks later they promised the next big update it would be in, along with factions. It still wasn't in. Like they actually tweeted this out, I believe.
I'll have to fact check that, but I will look into it.
it.
It's still that I thought, because you know what the multiplayer leaderboard story is, right? It only shows who plays the game and no lives it. He literally said no lives it.
Yeah, but by definition, zombies, literally in the first early games, it's survive how long you can survive.
That's like okay.
No matter about Easter eggs and all this funny side stuff, it's pretty much you scrapping to stay as long as alive as physically possible to stay as long as you can alive, if that makes sense.
This is another reason why...
Then you should be able to go back and check your stats and compare it to the rest of the world. See how long you survive compared to other people, and they haven't done that.
And that's what I feel where Black Ops 4 has failed. It has failed zombies in itself, because they've turned zombies into a fun... It still isn't competitive. It never was competitive.
It's still technically a side game
game mode. Yeah, it's a different game mode. But they're trying to make zombies into a campaign, and it feels like a campaign. I don't feel like I don't want to go on Black Ops 4 Zombies on 9 and play till round 50 or see how long I can live. I want to go. I want to get the wonder weapon. I want to try to do the Easter egg. And when you do the Easter egg, the game's over. You're done. All your progress is done. You get an achievement, potentially get a calling card, and you're done. And they've taken away the survival aspect of zombies. Almost anybody can sit there and run a train around zombies while someone else goes and does steps for an Easter egg. Am I right? I mean, shit, you carried me through the Ancient Evils Easter egg that way. But I just want to feel like zombies felt when we first started playing it, when Nocturne and Totem was out, when I had the round 11 curse, when the round 11 was a challenging level.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those days, and it's been said many times before, but I want to see a town, not a town remake, but the same concept of town. You got your perks, you got your pack-a-punch, live. I don't want no bullshit Easter egg. Throw a music Easter egg in there and leave us the fuck alone. That's how I feel about that. I want to get back into zombies where I feel like I'm in zombies, not a Black Ops 4 campaign.
Well, those are good in themselves. I honestly do like the whole as you called it, I believe, bullshit campaign type stuff. I like
It's not
I like
okay.
doing Easter eggs
I'm
and
not
stuff.
saying it's bullshit. Because in Black Ops 3, it was the same thing. With what Easter eggs
You're
could you
kind of
play?
just like you're trying to. Some of the maps are trying to do. It's just a different setting, but it's like an Origins copy paste. Essentially, that's what it is.
More or less, yeah. Which I mean, it's hard to get a better concept than that. Turn on all the generators. You have Pack-a-Punch, which was Origins. Okay, 9. You got to kill all the bosses, which is easy, And you got Pack-a-Punch. You got 4 of them. Shadows of Evil. You do all 4 rituals, and then you do your 5th ritual. You got Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch has been the same forever. Before Origins, it was turn the power on. You have Pack-a-Punch. Basically, no, it wasn't. I'm retarded.
Classified. I mean, it's always been that way, but you got to turn on all the DEFCON levers. I mean, they're trying to make it a way you can open Pack-a-Punches and just like
they're making it
amount of doors and it's there.
Yeah, I like that. I like how there's an added approach to it, because if you think about it, turn on the power, you get your perks, right? Or it turns on your perks. It makes sense to me as a gamer girl, where you have to earn your Pack-a-Punch in a different way. Yes, you have to turn on power, but then you got to go do this. And no, Treyarch, I do not want a fucking transit remake of Pack-a-Punch where I got around halfway across the map with 2 inches of visibility and a big-ass monkey naked mole rat dick in my face. That is not cool. That is not innovative. I don't care if the 360 couldn't handle it. Let it crash. Fix Black Ops 2.
Don't fix Black Ops 2. Fix Black Ops 4.
There's nothing to
Black
fix.
Ops 2.
They can't go and change what's there right now. They can't go and change the Voids of Despair Easter egg.
I think the stuff that's wrong with it, they can't do anything about at the moment except for like adding the stuff that they still haven't added that they promise. But I feel like they're like 80% to blame, maybe 70. I also feel like at least 20% of that goes to YouTubers too.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like everybody's just seeing all these videos of how dog shit it is, and then they kind of pick up on that. And
exactly. And you see,
it rubs people the wrong way.
I've seen a couple of. I watch mainly multiplayer Black Ops 4 players now, YouTubers, because the zombies people don't even play zombies anymore. Hell, the big ones, Noah J, probably the biggest YouTube zombies player, other than who was the guy? Who was the other one? Who was the really big one that ended up leaving zombies before Black Ops 3? But he's huge now.
For what?
I can't think of what his name is. He played with Lex all the time.
He left before what?
Black Ops 3. Like before Black Ops 3 got huge.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember his name, but he was big. But anyway, Noah J, the biggest one, he had... Do you remember his Revelations Easter egg hunt stream? I watched that stream with over 100,000 viewers, streaming on YouTube. This is before YouTube was full retarded.
That's also another thing, though. They kind of... I don't know if they're doing stuff differently or what the process really is, because I'm not, like... Since it releases on PlayStation first, Easter eggs are being solved, like, within 2 hours.
Oh, yes. It's ridiculous.
Like,
I could go on YouTube... when I get off work the night after the new DLC
it comes out,
and I can go. I can go and watch the cutscene. But for me, I don't mind that because I'm not an Easter egg hunter. I don't want to go and look for that.
I'm just saying it doesn't get as many people involved.
It takes away.
It makes the hype die like a week after.
It takes away from the map. When it takes a week, 2 weeks to find the Easter egg. People are playing the map to play the map, not to beat the Easter egg. And you're getting the feel of the map, you're having fun on the map, or you're finding out if the map is shit or not. Transit, I hate you. Fucking gay.
Transit top 10.
If there were only 10 maps, maybe. No, I just, I want so bad for Treyarch to make their game meet its full potential. And I love Black Ops 4. It is not. It was a broken game. It is not broken anymore.
Yeah,
They
it's not.
they fixed the broken
like
part.
a crap game. There's definitely things that they've added, like little things that I think people glance over. Like when you're playing Black Ops 3, like when you shoot any sort of gun, you have like your pistol. You'll shoot a zombie on round 1. I personally enjoy the hit marker on Black Ops 4 more than just the There's like no hit marker at all in Black Ops 3. Maybe it's just because I'm used to Black Ops 4 now. And I mean, it's not something that triggers me, but I enjoy that. I also like the movement of the rounds. Like, I think it's now in the top left, and in Black Ops 3 it was in the bottom left. Maybe it's vice versa. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't pay that much attention.
But I prefer
you really like
the new placement.
You like the hit markers, huh? You really like the sound of the game.
Don't make me do it. But the one thing I feel the HUD is awful on Black Ops 4. It's too clunky.
Agree.
They've asked to change it, and they didn't. They literally just flat out said, no, we're not going to change it. Like,
add a personal HUD customization. You heard it here first.
It's just too, for casual players, it's way too
much.
I mean, I play it all. I have a lot of hours into that game, and every now and then I get, like, all of a sudden you join a game and you're like, oh, I didn't pick the right class. Like, that, I don't feel like that should be an not necessarily not an option, but, like, it shouldn't.
I enjoy the change. I'm glad they changed it enough to where, yes, they took out some OGS perks. They literally took out all the OG perks, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Juggernaut's still technically in the game. It's not like a perk. And then quick, I honestly don't even notice quick reload because apparently it goes with every perk. I
got my own opinion about that shit. I'll tell you in a little bit.
I mean, I do like that it's not in the game, but apparently it is. But
they changed it right. They didn't make it to where it didn't. At first, it doesn't feel like zombies. Just at very first. That's how any new zombies game is, for me at least. You go from World at War to Black Ops 1. That was such a big change. A huge-ass map compared to, what was Derice? Derice is definitely smaller than Kino. I would say. Yeah. If not the same size. And that was the third or fourth DLC. Third, do they only have 3 DLCs? 3 DLCs in World at War. And that was the third DLC map for zombies. And that was huge. It added the first set of talking characters. And it didn't add added Pack-a-Punch. First Pack-a-Punch ever. And you got to think, going from Knockdown to literally all you got was a mystery box and doors you could open. And a shit ton of glitch spots that are still fun and not fixed. Which I don't mind. It's fun getting in that shit. Especially when you think you're in it and you die on round 11.
Lunge glitches.
Oh boy. Don't even get me started. Black Ops 1. You get our first DLC. What was the first DLC? It was Shangri-La, correct? Or Ascension. It was Ascension. One of my favorite maps of all time. That was the map I practiced on when I first got my Xbox 360 in like 2015 or 2016, which I was a late bloomer, don't get me wrong, but I played the game because I had friends that had it or whatever, and that map was perfect for beginners and noobs and such, to where
damn monkeys though.
I didn't mind them. I loved them. I would Pack-a-Punch.
It makes going for high rounds on that a bitch.
It made it easy. Those were easy rounds. Anyway, I would just Pack-a-Punch I would get the achievement. So it's so easy to get Pack-a-Punch before round 8 or whatever. And because I was like a point whore, I owned that whorehouse. And Ascension, mwah, love you, baby. Then what was next? Shangri-La, shit map. I hate that map. Moon, I personally didn't like that map. But that's when we start to get the Origins feel. You get a huge storyline. You get a huge Easter egg, really. The main Easter egg. And you blow up the Earth at the very end. Yeah. And that's when you're like, wow, I guess the series is over. Nice.
flex.
Shit, you lost my train of thought. Moon. And this is when you first to get the Origins feel. You get the not super complicated, but confusing, what am I trying to say? Pack-a-punch. Where it's not where your normal base is. You don't... In your normal train, where you're running around, where all the doors you buy are, it's not there. You got to teleport for it. And not just like teleport into a different room in the same map. You're teleporting back to Earth to Pack-a-Punch, where you spawned at. And that's when you start to see the more complicated Pack-a-Punches coming. Then you go into Black Ops 2. Your first map is Transit. You load it up. You already know it's a shit map.
Lava.
Lots of lava. And this is... I guess Moon started the different Pack-a-Punch. Because Transit, you got to put the turbine down in the power plant, run, let me tell you, impossible solo, I don't give a shit who you are. Run all the way to town, grenade 2 things within 30 seconds. You have to run, you cannot take the bus. My brain's not working.
Outside.
If you got lucky, if you knew him. I never knew him very well.
I knew that. Well, you don't really, it's not about knowing, it's almost always luck.
Oh, is it random? I didn't know it was random. I thought
Yeah,
it was...
it's always random.
Okay. Well, anyway, gay. Then, what was next? Die Rise, which is an underrated map, in my opinion. Yes, it has its flaws. Definitely. It is not getting any respect from me. Trust me, no respect.
I didn't play Die Rise.
With PhD not actually in it, and so many chances to fall off and fuck off, it wasn't too bad. It had the best wonder weapon of all time.
By fall, we're more than zombies. That's fun.
That's because people are bots. And what did you just change your...
What?
Just looked at your emblem. You're such a faggot. Then we move from... We also got a new zombie in Die Rise, and we haven't seen ever again. I'm not complaining. That was a shit new zombie. But it was content. New zombie. Then we get...
the Moon Boss zombie and the Shangri-La monkeys.
Shut the hell up. That shit wasn't new. It wasn't new.
Yeah, they were. The Fire Guys on Shangri-La were not new, and the Howlers on Shangri-La.
No, I mean, it's the first new zombie we got. Like, new special zombie. All we had were dogs before. It's where they had their own dedicated round.
What map are we talking about? Die Rise?
Yes. The jumping jacks.
Had their own special zombies.
I will slap you.
I'm just saying, they had like 3 of them.
Quit discrediting me. I am always right. Anyway, then we move on to the third best map in existence. Mob of the Dead. Greatest...
Ooh, I'd like to see your map ranking.
Ooh, you don't even know. I might make one, but I don't know how, so that'll be in the future.
Well, when this ends, you can screen share and you'll watch me make mine.
Okay, fair enough. And I'm starting to get wrapped up, but
So she said.
Mob of the Dead, great map, great Easter egg, fun Easter egg, badass storyline, badass characters.
Yep.
Then we got, what, Buried came next? Buried.
I don't know the order of them.
Yeah, Buried is next. Buried comes out, get a new new ray gun, which is great, because the ray gun's still decent in this game. Rip Lil Ray.
Yeah, Black Ops 4.
Lol.
Non-existent ray gun.
And after Buried, you get an okay ending. It's kind of like, wow, that was really shitty. World's ending, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah. Either side was kind of bleh. But then we get probably, I have to give it my number one. Origins, my number one map of all time, comes out. And it is beautiful, huge. The trailer's got fucking giants everywhere. And I'm like, nut. And it just started started a whole new era of zombies, a whole new viewpoint, you could say. It added, well, I guess it wasn't the first one to end the game when you beat the Easter egg, but the first one to get a cutscene when you won an Easter egg. You get an actual animated Mob of the Dead into the game whenever you beat the Easter egg. Yeah. But it's the first one to add a cutscene. That was never seen before. For an ending cutscene. And you had different wonder weapons that you had to build and upgrade yourself.
One for each
separately.
player.
Separately. Not like the what am I trying to think? You had the Sliquifier was a buildable, you had to build. And then
they incorporated a lot into the Easter egg too.
Check gun, lol. Yes, the Easter egg was actually the steps from the Prison Break Black Ops 1 campaign are the steps for that Easter egg, if you didn't know that. Little side Easter egg of an Easter egg. Then you go into Shadows of Evil, and everybody's like, what the fuck are these tentacles doing in zombies?
Yep.
Am I wrong? Was that not your first thought?
Yep.
That was my first thought. I was like, there's aliens. Yeah. I was like, we got some infection out here.
And spawned in. I'm like, what am I playing?
I died around 8 every time or around 12 till I finally figured out how to kill those things. But then we get the Giant. Did the Giant come out with the game release if you bought the season pass or something? No, it came out a little bit later. Not too much later.
I'm pretty sure.
And then we get another fantastic map, Horizon Track. Literally a reskin of Origins, but cooler wonder weapons, cooler storyline.
Yeah, I don't know if I can rate their wonder weapons to Origins. They kind of feel the same to me.
I disagree.
They're not the same. But
I like the bows better than the staffs, definitely. I'll have to do a comparison video.
I like the ice bow staff. Or bow staff. I like the ice staff, and
but
all the other staffs are kind of. I guess I like the bows better. They have some sort of animation.
Yeah, the bows are more fun to use as well. I believe. I think they're more fun. They're more satisfying. I get more of a satisfying.
I don't think they're
feel
as
when
OP as the staffs on like camping spots. Except the lightning bow.
The
kind
lightning
of
bow.
is.
Yeah, the lightning bow is. But none of them are overpowered against the Panzer, except for the on Origins, the staffs. Holy shit! You could literally camp and you wouldn't have to move with the ice staff. Next map. What was the next map? Zetsubo. I don't have an opinion on Zetsubo. From what I've played on it, it's fun. It's all right. It's huge.
I've played it
and confusing.
4 times. The whole Easter egg. If for a casual player going into it, it's impossible because the whole thing with turning on the power, you turn it on, then you have to permanently turn it on. Like, it'll go back off and you'll lose everything. You have to swim underwater. If trying to figure that out on your own would be god impossible without looking.
Being a casual, yeah. And
that's why there's like playtime on that.
Yeah. I didn't play that map very much. From what I've been told, it wasn't a great map. From what I've played on it, it was meh. And I got lucky. I got in a decent public lobby with a guy that knew how to build a shield and turn on power and everything. And the next map, another great map.
Spiders on that too. I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't want to play with spiders," but
I didn't mind. It's something new, something different. Then we got Garad Crovey. Your cutscene starts. You're loading into the map, and you're literally falling out of the sky.
From the sky.
Amazing beginning cutscene. You get OG drunk-ass Nikolai. My favorite character from back in the day. Well, I don't know. Rick Duffin was pretty cool then, too. But anyway. And he's in his giant-ass robot, and there's dragons. There's dragons.
Yeah, you're like, what the heck am I getting into?
Yeah, but it feels good. It's satisfying seeing badass shit like that. It wasn't like going into Shadows of Evil where you're literally starting off with some chick having creepy ass kinky sex with some guy.
Yeah. That was weird.
It was, especially if somebody was around.
Your mom walked in.
Yeah. It's like, why did you make that the part you can't skip?
Yeah, no, it's like right after that is when you can skip. You can't skip that. It's like, really, Treyarch?
Yeah.
Really?
But anyway. Then we get Revelations. Good map, shitty ending. The quote unquote
Boss
end.
fight, terrible.
It was the same as the Shadows Easter
Too
boss
easy.
fight.
Too easy.
Yeah. But
I've never actually done that Easter egg, but
no,
from what I've seen, the boss fight is really easy.
It's the same. If you have certain things, it's easy. But then we get the ultimate release, Zombies Chronicles. The prologue, or the sorry, not the prologue, the encore to the ending of Zombies. To just top it all off, Zombies is over. Our storyline is done. Here you go. $35, you get 8 remastered maps in one game.
$50 battle pass you get. You get stuff earlier than everybody
That's
else.
another episode. Don't even get me started.
You get guns that they'll release in a week for everybody else.
I'm gonna cry.
No camos. You get what? 2 zombie maps?
2 zombie maps right now. Well, 3. Yeah, 3. And
classified.
There's been one good DLC multiplayer map. And it's WMD.
Yeah, and they always put them in the rotation for everybody else, so it's not like it makes that much difference. Not even good maps. You don't get any camos, no exclusive guns.
There's literally all you get are the DLC.
So literally it's just Ancient Evils Classified and Dead of the Night for like $50, $40, whatever it is.
It was $50.
That's cool.
I think it was cheaper if you pre-ordered. It was not worth it. I will say that. Then we're playing. How long did it take? Black Ops 4 was announced officially in 2018, right? Like the beginning of 2018.
Yeah.
And it was beyond hype because it was, what's gonna be zombies? And then there were the leaks, no campaign. Okay, that's weird.
People were thinking they're gonna focus
then
on
we
zombies.
got the Blood of the Dead tease. The Mob of the Dead remastered tease. And that got the entire zombies community riled up. This is when Fortnite's coming off of its throne. A little bit. Like, not everybody's playing Fortnite anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the leak. Everybody, at least me, I call myself a true zombies fan. I'm following up on all this shit. And you're watching this cutscene, and you're literally jizzing in your pants. It is so nice. So cool. One of the best maps that everybody's been asking to have remastered is finally getting remastered. Black Ops 4. You gotta love it, man. As much shit as it's putting us through, it's got potential still. It could still go down in the books if they play their cards right. Leaderboards needs to come out ASAP. Right?
Yes.
Factions, maybe, if I knew what those were.
Shitting on something you don't even know what it is.
There needs to be another Chaos storyline map. The ending to the boss fight against Monty better be badass. It better not be literally reskinning the Shadow Man, or I'm gonna kill myself. Give me exclusive content for the Black Ops Pass. Give me exclusive content for the Black Ops Pass.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for coming out. watching the boring ass Analwarts Talks Too Much Zombies podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I don't understand why you're watching. You probably know me. You're not subscribing because you think it's funny. You think you're a meme, but you're not. Subscribe. If you're watching, be cool. I'm not even gonna ask you to turn on post notifications because I'm not a basic YouTuber. But just subscribe. Go hit up my colleague here, Lone Flux, on YouTube, and I'll be